Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Megumi Byrne, and I'm a marketing and sales rep for Ialc in Japan. For some of you who might not be so familiar, Ialc is a non-profit organization that accredits and represents independent and quality language schools that teach the official language of their country. Currently, there are about 140 accredited schools in 20 countries, covering 10 languages. Today, we're presenting Alce Bologna. We have Agnese from the school to do the presentation for us. It'll be about 30 minutes long. But before that, let me quickly go through some points to note, so we all have a smooth webinar experience. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the Q&A box in your Zoom control panel, which you can find at the bottom of your screen. We'll have time for questions and answers at the end. We will also send you a recording of this session later so that you can review what's been talked about or shown. And in case the internet goes down by accident and we lose the connection, please try to rejoin. Now, I hope we can turn the time over to Agnese. Agnese, can you take over?
Yes, thank you very much, Megumi. It's a pleasure to be here with you and to have the opportunity to present our school and our city as well. So I will start with a presentation of the school. And I'm sorry, just let me start again. Just a little bit thing. I would like to start with some information about the city, because I think that most of you, or maybe some of you, don't know Bologna very well. It's not a touristic city. So, just a moment. I'm starting. Okay. So Bologna, it's a very interesting city. It's a modern city, but also a historical city. It's very famous for its cuisine, culture, history, and of course, local people who are often defined as passionate. Okay, this is a view of Bologna. You can see the buildings and the famous color of its buildings and palaces. And Bologna is the capital of Emilia-Romagna. It's very well located, and as you can see, it's very close to the main cities in Italy. So Florence, Milan, Venice, Rome, and Naples are close to Bologna and very well connected by high-speed trains. But Bologna is also connected with a lot of flights, especially connecting Europe, but not only. And there are also many low-cost airlines connecting cities in Europe. But, you know, it's very easy to reach Bologna also with intercontinental flights. As you can see, Bologna is located in the northern Italy, here. And the airport is only 7 kilometers from the city center, about 10-12 minutes taxi ride. So it's very easy to reach the airport and to get to the city center. As I told you, at the beginning, Bologna is a city which is very rich in history. This is one of the reasons why a student should come to Bologna. I think it's very interesting. It's centuries old. It has centuries old tradition of academic excellence, and it's home of the oldest university in Europe, which is very interesting and known characteristic of the city. There are about 85,000 students enrolled in the university, which means that Bologna is also a young and dynamic city. It's an authentic city away from mass tourism, and this is also a key point, I think, because when you go out, when you walk in the city streets, you can hear speaking Italian much more than in other more touristic cities, I would say. And therefore, it's easy to have the opportunity to live an authentic experience here. Furthermore, Bologna is much more affordable than other cities in Italy, and it's also an ideal starting point to explore the whole country. As you saw before, it's very, very well connected with other cities. And it's also very known about for its cuisine and products coming from the region. Bologna is normally called la dotta, la rossa, la grassa, which means the learned one, the red one, and the fat one. I will give you some more details about these definitions. It's a city of art, culture, music, and gastronomy, and we think it would be an ideal destination for you. The learned one means that, as I told you before, it's home of the oldest university in Europe. The university was founded in the 11th century, and it was the place when Copernicus, Dante, and Petrarch also had the opportunity to study. And as I told before, there are about 85,000 students enrolled, and it's a very vibrant place, and I would say a key point of the city. And it's also, of course, the university is a symbol of culture. It's a place of culture and also art, because of because there are a lot of museums also really in the university, ancient buildings, and which is also very interesting to see. It's called the red one because of the color of the buildings and palaces, because of its rooftops, which are red, and because of its brick towers and buildings. And another, I think, very interesting characteristic of the city center is that there are about 38 kilometers of porticos built between the 11th and the 20th century. And this is a very, very interesting characteristic of the city. When it rains, it's very safe to walk in the city center without any problem, which is also, I would say, useful and not only beautiful. And some pictures about the city center, you can see on the left the the church of San Petronio and Piazza Maggiore, which is the main square of the city. You can see also that Bologna is surrounded by colli, which are hills, and it's very, very nice because you can be there, which is a very different, place from the city center in about 10 minutes, and so it's very nice, especially in the summer, because the hills are more cool place to go when it's warm or hot in the city center. The two towers, the Nettuno fountains, are also, I would say, some of the most known monuments in the city. San Luca, Piazza Santo Stefano, the university area in the city center, and again, Piazza Santo Stefano, with the 7 churches which are also a symbol of Bologna. Picture of the porticos I was talking about before, and detail of an ancient palace in the city center. Bologna is called the Fat One because of its cuisine. It's an enogastronomic tradition, and there are a lot of excellent restaurants and excellent products as well. And Bologna is very known for that in Italy and out. Just a few pictures of the typical food shops in the city center, as you can see. And what about culture? Again, Bologna is a UNESCO City of Music. It's a very important international, it's home, of a very important international jazz festival. And of course, it's also very known for classical music. So it's very easy to have the opportunity to attend concerts of different types in Bologna. There is a very beautiful and interesting museum of music as well. The fact that Bologna is so well located in the city center, in the country, and very well connected with a lot of cities in the city center, is something that allow us to organize every 2 Saturdays a trip to Florence or to Milan, to Verona, to Ravenna, Parma, Ferrara, and many important and beautiful cities which are not far from Bologna, so it's easy to go there in half day. And we normally organize this type of trips and guided visit and excursions on Saturdays. At about 2 hours from Bologna, you can also reach Siena, Mantova, Roma, or Padua. And what about the school? Alce is a family-run and owned school which is dedicated to the Italian language for international students. It was founded in 1999, and our goal is to give students a very comprehensive language and cultural experience together. And we think that it's very important to give them a very professional support, but also a friendly environment to be while they are here. We are located in this very beautiful historical building in the heart of Bologna. And we have about 350 meters on 2 floors, so it's a good dimensions. And we are in Via Santo Stefano, which is a very, very beautiful street. We can reach in about 10 minutes the very, very center of the city, but we are in the center because as you can see in the map, the shape of the city center, I would say, was surrounded by walls. Now the walls do not exist anymore, only the main doors exist. But this is the, the limits of the city center. So we are located in there, and we are also at about 2 minutes walk to Giardini Margherita, which are the main park of the city, a very nice place to go, especially in spring and summer, to rest, to eat together, to have a good time. A few pictures of the school. So on the right, on my right, you can see the school building. On the left, some school spaces and common spaces. We have a total of 12 classrooms, including 5 smaller studios for individual tuition or for courses for small groups. We have projectors, maxi screens, and Dolby surround system. All classrooms are air conditioning, which is of course necessary in summer, and we can welcome about 65 students together. Classrooms for groups, for Italian groups, I would say, are very large and big. We also have a fully equipped professional kitchen for cooking classes. We also organize this type of courses, which are very popular among students. And we also have a classroom specially designed for wine tasting sessions, and soundproof recording studio for dubbing and exam classes. We also have, of course, Wi-Fi available in our school, and some interesting resources like books, CDs, and other materials. A few pictures of the classrooms, as you can see, students, and also a picture of the kitchen when we organize cooking classes. We are full member of Ialc, of course. And we are also a member of Alce, which is an association of Italian schools, schools of Italian as a second language in Italy. And we are an exam center, so we are accredited by the University of Siena, the University of Perugia, the University of Roma Tre, and the Accademia Italiana di Lingua, and we are an exam center for these certificates of Italian, these official certificates, which are, I think, a very interesting opportunity for students, especially for long-term students, but not only, because every type of certificate foresees at least 2 exam sessions per year. So we can, if a student has this type of goal, we can organize the course also according to exam dates. What about our courses. We have small classes with a maximum of 8-10 students, and that average is 3-5, so small groups which really allow students to interact and to speak together. One lesson is 60 minutes, and there are no reductions of the booked number of hours, and we have qualified teachers in language teaching, so they all have a strong experience, and they have also a language teaching certificate to teach Italian to foreigners. And as regards our courses, we will see later the type of courses we offer, but I can say that 23 hours is the minimum of our intensive courses. We assess progressively students, and we also give them some self-study, some extra works, especially to those who want to do that, who want to study more. And each Friday, we organize also a very nice opportunity to speak and to stay together, so a lunch for all of them, which is also nice to say goodbye to students who are leaving, but also to share time with the others to speak together. And we organize 3 or 4 weekly social activities like thematic itineraries in the city center, visits to museums, excursions, cooking classes, and everything. Everything is included. When something is to be paid, we of course indicate that, for example, entrance to museums or transportation. And this is our offer. So the type of courses we offer: the GI23 intensive course, which foresees 20 hours in the morning and 3 hours of workshops in the afternoon. This is I would say, the standard course, which is already very intensive. And but we also have more intensive course as like the GI30, 20 hours in the morning and 10 hours in a small group in the afternoon, and these afternoon hours are mainly focused on conversation. The GI25, so 20 plus 5 or plus 10 individual lessons, so it's a combined course for those who want really to work hard. We also have, of course, 1-to-1 and 2-to-1 courses, both general and professional. A special course, which is a master class for over 45 students, and this includes the GI23 plus cultural activities, which are specially designed for these students. Exam preparation courses organized according to exam dates. Professional courses like business or Italian for law. And another very interesting type of course is the Italian Plus, which combines the intensive course in the morning plus cooking or wine tasting courses, or a combination of food and wine courses, but also Italian plus history, art, culture, drama, arts and crafts. It depends on students' interest, of course. We have the academic preparation for university and the teacher training for teachers. So we also have our exam center for the TALS exam, which are which is a certificate for Italian teachers. As regards the accommodation, we have now 4 privately owned shared apartments, and 2 are located just 5 minutes walking distance, and are mainly thought for young students, and 2 are located about 15-25. One is a little bit closer of the other, and have been, as you can see, renovated very recently. One of these 2 apartments is a luxury apartment, which has been renovated this summer, so it's very, very new. Students can also choose to be with a host family, which are school-selected families located normally in the city center, normally very close to the school, but within 2 kilometers, so the maximum distance it can be 30 minutes walking, so it's very, very close. They are very close. Some key points of the school are the following. So we are, as I told you at the beginning, based in Bologna, which is an alternative destination for those who want really an authentic immersion in the Italian language and culture. We are away from mass tourism, but not very well connected to other destinations. It's a medium-sized family-run and owned school, and all students are treated as individuals. And we have highly qualified teachers in language teaching with 10-12 years of experience as an average. We are officially accredited for the CHIS, JV, Ialc, and exams, and details as well. We are recognized in Italy and international as a first-class Baltic language school, and we have been 3 times finalist in the ST Star Awards, so this is also an important recognition for us. We have small classes, as I told you, average 3-5 students, maximum 8, sometimes 10, but mostly 8 students, with personal attention to all of them. Our courses are intensive and are very structured. We have an academic structure that can really guarantee students to have a very complete preparation, both with grammar and communication, but of course we work a lot with the language in use. We want students to be able to speak and to use the language very, very quickly. We have an open door policy, so the main point for us is communication with students. They can address to us anytime for any type of problem or question or doubt, of course. We have an integrated social program and cultural activities always organized with a school teacher, so these activities are all guided activities. And we have students from over 40 different countries, which is also good because we have a good nationality mix. The minimum age is 17, the average is 23, 26. We also have, of course, senior students, especially in some periods of the year. And all students come as individuals. At the end, also, this type of accommodation, which are self-managed shared apartments, also useful for students who can address to us for anything related to accommodation stuff. We are a multilingual staff, so we are able to meet all students' needs, and we really hope to welcome your students in Bologna very soon. I would like now just to give you also a few words about the possibility to study in Italy. Maybe you may have some young students who want to stay in Italy for a long time and want to have also the opportunity to study in Italy. Why not? This is also interesting because we have some students who choose this type of experience. They take a course first, maybe a long-term course, and then they prepare to enter to university. Just a few points related to the university in Italy: low tuition, quite easy to enter because there are few requisites required, excellence, of course, an educational system which is outstanding and very known and based on excellence, and a wide offer of courses and also of universities, I would say. About Bologna, Bologna University is very known. It's the most ancient university in Europe and the Western world, as I told you, and it has a very old tradition of academic excellence. So, an opportunity to live a real Italian experience, even studying in Bologna. About the university system, there is no pathways program. Most of universities are public, and these are the best universities. And international students have the same requirement to enter to an Italian university as Italian ones. To enter the university, it would be good to have a B2 certificate. It's not mandatory, but of course it can be useful because this allows not to take the language entrance test. But there is an entrance test for some faculties, so this is something it's important to know. As I told before, as I said before, most criteria are the same for internationals and Italian students, but there are some spots reserved to non-EU students, non-European students, a special condition. So, for this reason, we do not have any partnership with the university, but we can, of course, assist students in enrollment. There are different universities in Italy. These are the most important ones in northern Italy, in central Italy, and in southern Italy. A wide choice of faculties, as you can see, some details and numbers, and a very old and excellent tradition in Italy in general, in Italian university. So this is also, I think, a very interesting point for a student who wants to take high-level degree at university. some important information about University of Bologna, which is developing new faculties as well, even if it's, as I told, a traditional university, but it's also a modern one. And the university also partnership agreements with a lot of foreign universities, and it's also home of the Erasmus program. Just a few faculties in Bologna, just to give you an example of the choice. And of course, as I told you before, we can help students to find the best solution for them. We have a preparation course for university, which is very interesting. It's held in summer, but we can also organize a private course if necessary. And the thing is that, of course, we strongly recommend a very good knowledge of Italian, at least a bit before starting the university. So this is also very important. We can organize preparation courses, both language and specific preparation to the entry test for these faculties, which require this type of exam at the beginning. We also have a special consultancy package to assist students with documents and requirements to study in Italy and to enroll to university, and to give also them all information about when to apply, which is also something which is not always easy to know, also because different universities may have different dates. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope that this information is will be useful for you, and of course I'm ready to give you any further information I can give you in the future, and in future contacts as well.
Thank you, Alce. That was a very thorough and beautiful presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you to you.
Okay, so now we'll go ahead and take some time for questions. If you have any questions, please type them into the Q&A box at the bottom of your, excuse me, at the bottom of your screen. Okay, can I ask you a couple of questions, Alce?
Of course.
Thank you. You seem to have a very attractive accommodation options for the students. And I would like to know which option is more popular for the students, student residence or homestay?
I would say that student residence are maybe the most popular accommodation type, especially for young students. Students between 18 and 23, they normally want to share their experience with other students equal in age. But we also have students that especially ask to be with the host families. So it really depends also on their goals, on what they are expecting from the experience. So
that's true. Thank you. And my other question is, as you might know, in Japan, Italian cooking and wine are very, very popular. And I would be interested personally in your Italian Plus programs to learn about cooking and wine. And I would like to know who teaches the classes. Is it one of your language teachers, or do you hire a chef or
No, we
wine
have a
connoisseur?
chef. We have a chef who normally also has this type of course, teaches in this type of courses, and she's very popular among students. So it's very nice because they have really to they have the opportunity to learn something, how to cook with a professional chef, but they also have also the possibility to share a good time together with the chef, but also with the other students, because they prepare something and at the end of the course they eat together, they have a dinner together with
Nice.
yes, with the food they have prepared. So it's a very nice experience, I think, both, you know, professional and social.
Exactly. It sounds like a lot of fun and at the same time very tasty program.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So do those Italian Plus programs run year round?
Sorry, if they are, yes,
The
of course,
programs
yes, I understand.
available?
Okay, yes, they are always available all year
Oh,
round. When a
very nice.
when a student books this type of course, the course is of course guaranteed. They are
Great.
group courses, but even if we have only one student enrolled, he will have it. So it's
Wow,
guaranteed in any case, even with an individual student. So
that's fantastic.
and
Thank you very
which
much.
is very interesting also for, you know, people who are interested, of course, specifically in booking wine courses or cultural programs, because they are run all year round. So
Okay, thank you.
thank you
Right.
to you.
Well, it looks like we don't have any questions from other people. So is there anything else that you wanted to cover before we wrap up?
We really look forward to welcoming your students. So it was very nice to have this opportunity today, and I would be happy to give any other information to those who are interested, even about you know, special courses or special program. So it would be very nice to meet our agents and to also organize online meetings to give more information specifically to each of them.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Anese, for being with
Thank you
us
to
today.
you.
And
Thank you
also,
too.
thank you. And many thanks to our valued agents for joining us today. We really appreciate you being here with us. And I hope your knowledge has been expanded by this webinar. But if you have any questions, we encourage you to get in touch with us by email. We are more than happy to assist you anyway. And again, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Good afternoon, everyone. Bye-bye.